Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I recently made videos where I talked about the Vezina Trophy. I made a video where I talked about the Norris Trophy. Today, let's talk about another trophy. Let's talk about the Hart. The Hart Trophy for the league MVP of the NHL. I made up a board. There are very interesting names on the board, and the Hart Trophy is not only about who is the best player in the league, but who is the best player, the most valuable player for his team. So you can't just go through the list of who's scoring the most points. There are also some other facts that have to be taken into consideration, which makes it really interesting, and it's a little bit of a punishment to teams that are fantastic but don't have one outstanding player. Like two teams come into my mind right away. The Carolina Hurricanes, who are having a great season altogether. Nobody's standing out that high. And of course the Colorado Avalanche. That's why I decided to wear the Colorado Reverse Retro for this video. Colorado has Nazem Kadri, who is their leading scorer. Mikko Rantanen, who is the leading goal scorer. Nathan MacKinnon, who is very important. Cale Makar, who is having a fantastic season on the blue line. And Gabriel Landeskog, who is having a fantastic season on his own too. So, who of these guys should have been picked? I have no idea, so I picked none of them. But 11 other guys that are on the board behind me. Let's have a look at their seasons, and then let's pick one who will be the MVP. So, here we go. On this board I have forwards, I have defensemen, and I do have goaltenders. Let's go through all of these names, and then let's pick one. And let's start off with a guy who is so important for his team and who makes his team so much better. That's Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild. What would the Wild be without Kaprizov? He is so good. He is so smooth. He makes the other players around him so much better, and the Wild so much more worthy to watch. In this season he has 46 games played. He has 23 goals, 39 assists for 62 points. Fantastic totals. He should be in the conversation. Then let's start with the first goaltender. The Calgary Flames picked up Jacob Markstrom in the summer of 2020 from the Vancouver Canucks. They gave him the contract he wanted. The first season didn't pan out, but this one does. Markstrom has 2.09 goals against average, which is third. His .927 save percentage is as well third. His 22 wins are very good, and he has outstanding, league-leading 8 shutouts. What would the Flames be without Jacob Markstrom? He is fantastic this year. All that showed up in Vancouver culminated this year in Calgary. He is a hard candidate. Then we have with the Florida Panthers, Jonathan Huberdeau. I didn't pick Barkov, I picked Huberdeau. I think he is more valuable to his team. He's also playing fantastic defense, and his offense is outstanding. In 50 games played, he has 17 goals, 53 assists, which is first in the league, for 70 points, which is tied second. Huberdeau, 50 games, 70 points, on a Panthers team that is right now second in the standing. Fantastic season. He is the best of them and one of the best in the league. Then we have, of course, Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last year I received some flack for not having him as the Leafs MVP and not in the MVP conversation. Sorry for that again. This year he is on this board. Austin has 45 games played, 33 goals, which is second, 26 assists for 59 points, but especially outstanding for him is the goals. 33 goals. Of course, Mitch Marner, his genius partner, they together are just amazingly good. Austin, I think this year a little bit above Mitch. He is on this board and definitely an MVP candidate and a Rocket candidate. Then we have the second goaltender on the board, Andrei Chesterkin of the New York Rangers, who I think is clearly the Rangers MVP. Without him, he is stealing so many games. When they give him a lead, he is so good in protecting this lead. It's just fantastic to watch. Chesterkin has 2.01 goals against this year, average, which is second in the league. His .939 save percentage is first. He has very solid 24 wins and 3 shutouts, which is fifth. What would the Rangers be without Chesterkin? He is fantastic. Hart caliber season. Next guy. Someone who has to be on this board because he makes his team so much better. You've seen it in the early season how the Penguins struggled. They had losing streaks. Then Sidney Crosby came back, and now the Penguins are second in the Metropolitan. What a turnaround, and especially because of Sidney Crosby. His points totals are not that impressive this year. He only has 40 games played, 15 goals, 32 assists for 47 points. So his points per game average is not that high as some of the other guys on the board. But his importance to the Penguins and to the turnaround of the Penguins from the early season to now has to be considered. What would the Penguins be without Crosby? I doubt they would be second in the Metropolitan. Next, and these two guys have to be on the board. The next two, of course, it's Colin Mcdavid and Leon Draisaitl. Some say one of is the sidekick of the other. I personally don't think so. I think they're both outstanding players who both must be in this conversation when we talk about the Hart Trophy. But, of course, as they play on the same team, they will take votes from each other. Some will say it's McDavid, some will say it's Draisaitl. The truth is, I think somewhere in the middle that one cannot be without the other, and vice versa. Let's look at the totals. Conor McDavid, 49 games played, 26 goals, 45 assists, which is second in the league, for 71 points, which is right now first. 1 point clear of Huberdeau and Draisaitl. Leon has 50 games played, league leading 35 goals, 35 assists for 70 points. These two guys must both be in the conversation. In the early season it looked like they would both cruise to 150 point seasons. Then the crisis struck the Oilers quite hard. They had a very ugly mid part of the season. They fell down from first to sixth in the Pacific. But they are about to turn it around again, and these two guys are the major contributors on this team. Both, I think, deserve hard considerations. Next up, the first defenseman on the board, Victor Hatman, Tampa Bay Lightning. Having a fantastic season again. Right now he played 49 games, 11 goals, which is fourth among defensemen, 39 assists, which is third among defensemen, and his 50 points are second among all blue liners in the NHL. He will definitely be in the Norris conversation, and because of he is the only factor on the Lightning next to Andrei Vasilevsky who is constant all year around. I think Victor Hatman is the best player on the Lightning and should be in the Hart conversation this year. As should be Alexander Ovechkin. At the beginning of the season, so after the first 30 games, I would have said Ovi for Hart, definitely. Right now he has fallen off a little bit, but the whole Capitals have. He can't pull them on his own wherever he wants to. That doesn't happen in the NHL. You need 4 lines, you need 60, you need solid goaltending. One player is not enough. And I don't think he has the support that he needs and deserves to make the Capitals one of the top teams of the Met and of the NHL. But still, he's having a fantastic season. Right now, 50 games played, 31 goals, which is fourth, 31 assists for 62 points. And what especially sticks out for me on Ovechkin this year, his assists. Normally he's scoring, 50 goals is not a surprise from Ovechkin, but if he's having 30 assists to his 50 goals, that's about the normal ratio for him. This year, the ratio, 31 goals, 31 assists, is 1-1. This is outstanding on Ovechkin this year. And the last man on the board, Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators, another defenseman. On the Predators, I think no discussions that Josi is the MVP. Next to him is Jussi Saros, the goaltender. Their forwards, Matt Duchene, Ryan Johansson, Philip Forsberg, all having good seasons, or especially with Duchesne and Johansson, good comeback seasons. But the most consistent force is Roman Josi. 48 games played this season, 13 goals, which is second among defensemen, 38 assists, which is fourth to a defenseman leading 51 points. He is fantastic, and he's a constant factor over years now, definitely in the Norris conversation, and with the kind of seasons the Predators are having this year. I did not pick them to make the playoffs. And now they are fourth in the Central Division, and right now looks like they will be a safe pick to the playoffs. It's definitely the honor of Roman Josi, the captain, and the best player on the team. So, and who will win the trophy? Let's have a look. I think McDavid and Draisaitl will take votes from each other. None of them will win. Neither do I think Sidney Crosby. He is very important, but he has missed too many games to have the points total that's needed. I also doubt that it would be Kirill Kaprizov, although he would deserve it. Like Austin Matthews and Jonathan Huberdeau. I would also think not Markstrom. I would think Ovechkin, no, with the Capitals altogether being too weak. I doubt Josi, and I don't think Hatman. I think this year Igor Chesterkin, the goaltender of the New York Rangers, with his fantastic numbers, his fantastic play, should win the Hart Trophy. We'll see if this happens or not. Okay, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Who should be in the conversation? Who will win the Hart Trophy this year? I hope it will be an interesting discussion. And as mentioned, thank you very much for watching. See you soon with the next discussion or the next jersey video. Have a good time. Goodbye.